Ahoy, ladies and gents, how you doing? Right, before we get started on the election special, I want to cover one individual proposition, which is what I'm going to do here, because I think it'll be fun. Who's in? Fucking hell's busy tonight. Right, let's have a quick look. Tess is in, Nick Yak's in, Rodney Trotter, Jeff Wedden, Alan Lloyd, Professor Andy, Mr. Maximum, Schillinger, Ginger Mongoose, Phil Sam's in, Sid Cannon, all right, Scouse, Stu Flyboy Ray, where's Stevie at? Blue Van Man's in, Davy Boy the Codhead, Sadwings Ray's in, Liam McNair, Ballista of Smeg, Scouse Orby, Professor Andy, Mark McCoy, Ragnar Mark, Unlovely Otto, Ralphie K, Whiskey Straight Al's in now then, all balls well across the Irish Sea. Carl Burton, Steve Fricker, John Hunter, Two Tones in now then, Testies in as well. Unloved Otto. Got a nice Pepe on there. John Powell, Glyn Simmons. I don't think that's the real John Enoch Powell. Des Ellis, Richie Davies, Disband the BBC, Ben Jones. Everybody welcome. And hello, Anita. Right. Are we all looking forward to this? There's a few stories of shenanigans already come out. You know what? I had a discussion with the missus about this, right? I don't understand if there's any argument you can make, a good one, that if somebody just says you're not allowed to count the votes, I can't see the counter argument for why they shouldn't be allowed. Does that make sense? I didn't explain that particularly well. I'll tell you what, rather than do this video first, then I'll read you this story. But it might make more sense when I talk you through the story. So basically, what I'm trying to get at, I know this, I know I didn't explain it particularly well because you haven't read the story, but essentially it's this. In Arizona, a lot of people said, we don't trust these sneaky bastards. We want to count the vote. And the judge said, nah, I'm blocking that. And what I don't understand, and I haven't heard a good argument, is if you're not cheating, what problem have you got with people counting the vote? That's what I don't get, you know what I mean? Like, if you're a normal bloke, right, and you just get you and your missus and you say, get the neighbours, they're Democrats, you know, we'll all go down and we'll know it's fair. And you got a few more of yous and you all went down there and you said, hello, everyone, do you mind if we come in and watch you while you count the vote? Because there has been a lot of concern about cheating. When they say, sorry, you can't count the vote, what good excuse can you give for that other than we're cheating? Do you know what I mean? Because I can't think of one. Like, to me, as someone who plays fair, I can't think of one. If I didn't have a dog in the hunt at all, let's say if I was in, like, Mozambique and I was on holiday, and they said, oh, you look like a trustworthy foreigner. Well, you want to come in here and count some votes? I go, oh, yeah, go on then. And I sit down at a table and they say, we're going to bring boxes of ballots over for you to count. And then some geezers turn up and say, do you mind if we stand and watch? I can't think of any good reason to say, no, you can't. Do you know what I mean? The only possible reason I can think of for saying, no, you can't watch is because you fucking cheated. Like, if anybody in the chat can tell me one good logical reason as to why you can't watch them count and physically do the ballot in the old-fashioned way, like we do in England, where the fucking election's over in 24 hours and there's never any impropriety, I don't know it. Do you know what I'm saying? In England, when we have an election, it's over in fucking 24 hours and there's never any hint of confusion about it because you drop your ballot off. My local ballot station was right near my house in Borough. It was like a shitty little primary school. And I told you, I remember going in there and I wanted to take my dad's ballot in. This is fucking hell, I'm showing my age. This is like 2011 or something, I think, when Cameron won. And I stupidly was still voting Conservative. And I wanted to take my dad's down because my dad's lazy and doesn't vote, ever. Right. So I said, yeah, fill it out and I'll take it in for you. And I remember going into the primary school and there's just like, you know, 3 middle-aged women in there. I said, all right, girls, where do I put my ballot? And they said, put it in that box there. And I did. And then I said, can I put my dad's in as well? And they went, no, you're not allowed to do that. Which, by the way, you fucking are allowed to do in America because it's dodgy. And I can't think of any reason why those three women, if I was to say, do you mind if I stand and watch you while you count them all? I can't think why they'd go, no, unless they want to cheat. So if anybody can tell me a logical reason, I'd love to know it. Again, I'm not trying to be a Republican or a Democrat here. I'm just saying, use the Mozambique analogy. I want to know if there's a logical reason why you can't. I'll quickly read you it so you know what I'm talking about. So it's a judge on Monday blocked a rural Arizona county's plan to conduct a full hand count of the ballots from the current election, requested by Republican officials who expressed unfounded, like the way they always have to give you the fucking opinion, unfounded concerns. They're not unfounded concerns. How are they unfounded concerns? Listen to me, listen. How are they unfounded concerns? Because AP says so? I'm concerned, and some of you are concerned, so therefore, it's not an unfounded concern, is it? Do you know what I mean? Look, yeah. I'll show you the text as well so you know, because I know my accent and I talk fast. Judge on Monday blocked the rural Arizona county's plan to conduct a full hand count of ballots from the current election, a measure requested by Republican officials who expressed unfounded concerns that voter counting procedures are untrustworthy. I'm concerned and I'm a voter, therefore it's not an unfounded concern, is it? Who decides when it's a fucking who decides it's an unfounded concern? Father, yes, my child, I'm concerned that you're fingering my grandson. That's an unfounded concern. Oh, is it? All right, then I'm not concerned. Like, it's how it works. If someone just tells you that your concerns are unfounded, are they then unfounded? It's the fucking daftest thing I've ever heard from AP News. I'm concerned. Sadwings is concerned. Scouts Obi's concerned. Therefore, there is concern. Who's to decide? Who's to decide that it's unfounded? Unfucking believable, isn't it? If I came in home from work early and there was a random bloke's pair of shoes in the fucking hallway and there was a strange noise coming from the wardrobe, and when I walked in, the sheets were disturbed and she was in bed looking flustered. If I said, I've got concerns that there's a bloke hiding in that wardrobe, when she says they're unfounded, I wouldn't go, all right then, love, I'll just go back to the pub. I'll see you in a few hours. Take it easy. Make sure you scrub the fucking spunk stains off the pillowcase, will you? I don't want to cut my face on another bloke's dried jism when I come to bed tonight. It's fucking laughable. So apparently it's unfounded. Even though I'm concerned, you're concerned, we're all fucking concerned, but apparently it's unfounded. They have to just put that in. Just put that in. The ruling from Pima County Superior Court judge came after a full day hearing on Friday in which opponents presented their case and called witnesses. An appeal of the judge's decision is likely. They were worthless. They own the fucking shop. Don't they? McKinley said the Court Board of Supervisors overstepped its legal authority by ordering the county to count all the ballots cast in the election. So if McKinley isn't an activist judge, like they all are, obsessed with cheating and winning because she's woke, why can't the county recorder count the ballots? Judge McKinley, tell me what is the good reason? Why can't they're offering to do it? People will happily do it. They don't want paying for it. They're not going to say, I want $50 an hour, you cunts. The concerned citizens want to count the ballots. You tell me why they can't do it. And I eagerly await anyone telling me a good reason. Do you know what I mean? I don't get it. It seriously sounds fucking dodgy, that. And this is something else we know. This is my point, right? In 2022, I'm going to give you lads know I've done the reading. I could give you a very, I could write a fucking book about it. But the shortest version I can give you is this, yeah? The Long March Through the Institutions by the extremely intelligent woke commie / neo-Marxist, whatever you want to call them. Let's just call them cunts, right? Started with Tony Blair, started in the United States, ramped up under Obama. But basically, the highly educated elites are all woke. So they took over all of the pillars of democracy. Because they took over the schools and the universities, and 99% of the people that run all of our nations in the West are highly educated people with college degrees, because they get indoctrinated in these institutions, we now have a system whereby Britain is a class example of it. We know that the people in power are openly opposed to the wishes of the people in the majority, because you have activist judges, activist lawyers, activist mechanisms of the state. You've got MI5, MI6, Supreme Court, judiciary, the colleges, the media, every aspect of it is woke. So the reason everybody's concerned is because the people who are fucking manipulating our lives are directly opposed to the wishes of the people. Brexit and Trump proved it beyond any shadow of a doubt. And that's why they keep saying, conspiracy theory, unfounded. You might as well tell me that the cock between my legs is unfounded. It's not there. It's unfounded. Oh, okay, then. I'm just pissing out of a hole in my fucking belly. I know it's there. You know it's there. It's like when they said, it's like when they said Silicon Valley's not biased. Silicon Valley's not biased. What are you talking about? Basically, it's, to use their shit terminology, it's gaslighting. This shit is obvious to anybody with a hole in their ass. Everybody knows it. When we voted to leave the European Union, the fucking people running the country said, you're not having it. You're not having it. Gina Miller, activist judges, activist lawyers, activist civil servants like Philip Rutnam, they own us, body and soul. And when you point it out that it's obvious and everyone knows it, they're going, nah, baseless, groundless. We know it. Again, this is why people are so angry. Because it's one thing to have an argument, but when you can see something as plain as the nose on your face and everyone just keeps saying, nah, you're mental. Yeah, exactly. This is what I'm telling you. 6 years later, we haven't left. We haven't. They said we left. We left in name only. We voted. We won the referendum. We won the general election where, like I said, we voted 5 times. Cameron was the only one who promised a vote on the EU. We won that. We won the referendum. We won. In fact, we won the one before that because he was the only one saying that he was going to let you have a referendum fucking before that. The Conservatives, Cameron, the referendum, the next general election and the European elections, you had to tell them 5 times. And they still were going, nah, we can't leave. It's not happening. Because the activist judges and the activist lawyers and the fucking pillars of the state, all of them are woke. MI5's woke. MI6 is woke. The College of Policing is woke. All the college professors are woke. The mainstream media is woke. The BBC's woke. The Channel 4's woke. They're all taxpayer funded by the state. Woke. So you vote right wing and you get woke. And it's the same in America. The FBI is woke. CIA is woke. The Ninth Circuit is woke. The judges are woke. Ketanji Brown fucking Jackson hasn't got the brains to go to the shop on her own. I wouldn't trust Ketanji Brown Jackson to walk the fucking dog round the block. She's got the IQ of a block, a fucking breeze block. And this is the world we're living in. So, of course, it's unfounded. It's unfounded. If they can cheat, they'll cheat. And I've talked about this at length. How is it in any way logical to think, after they've spent 4, 5, 6 years brainwashing normal people, telling them that Trump is Hitler, fascist, he's going to kill the disabled. Oh my God, you guys haven't seen the news out here. I'd love to show you. If I had more time, I'd have made a nice little compilation. But I'll be in the gym watching CNN, because that's why I know what these twats are up to. I don't do it by choice, but I go to the gym 6, sometimes 7 days a week if it's a slow one. And I watch CNN and MSNBC, because they're even trying to brainwash you when you're in like the gym, aren't they? That's what you see. And they've had people on there saying they're going to kill us all. Trump will kill the disabled. The Republicans will kill the blacks. They'll kill the women. They'll kill the lesbians. Like, it's insane fucking full-blown propaganda where nobody that's not crazy thinks any of it's true, but they'll spit it out all day long. So the point I'm getting at is, Why wouldn't you cheat? Why wouldn't you cheat if you were honestly convinced that you were literally going to get a full-blown, one of the rare uses of literally, right? That's correct. A literal Nazi, like they've trained them that the Republicans are going to kill disabled people. And then they say, oh, but no one would cheat. Well, if you honestly think that if you don't cheat, a bloke's going to come into power who's going to kill disabled people, fucking hell, I'd cheat. Wouldn't you? If you honestly believed it, and they do believe it, which is why they're all mental and like cry their eyes out about fucking politics, which even me, I get angry, but I still laugh about it. If the Democrats cheat and do a clean sweep today, I'll still laugh about it. It'll be like, heh, blatantly cheated. But I'll still laugh. I don't take it seriously enough where I'll burst into tears. These people were howling to the skies and crying their eyes out. You know, get the tits out, dye their hair purple, smear themselves in blood and fucking roll around on the floor crying. Mentally ill people. And the reason they're mentally ill is because they've been pathologized by the powers that be to actually believe that the Republicans are like killers, murderers, psychopaths, sociopaths. And they actually believe it. So if you actually thought that all that was true, of course you'd fucking cheat, wouldn't you? Because it's more important than just a normal election. It's you're concerned about the safety of innocent people. Anyone would cheat. So I almost can't blame the flock. You've got to always hold accountable the movers and shakers, the ones pulling the strings. But you can totally understand why everybody is concerned about it. So I just want to discuss that because that is fucking ludicrous. That unfounded. Let's blow that up. Unfounded concern. Yeah, totally unfounded. Totally fucking unfounded. The insane, deranged, cry your eyes out all the time, woke psychopaths rolling around on the floor covered in fucking period blood. Who are convinced that the Republicans want to murder everyone. Yeah, it's totally unfounded that people like that might bend the rules a little bit. You're not dealing with rational actors, are you? You wouldn't cheat in a normal fucking... When the world was sane 20 years ago, nobody would cheat because there's like penalties, not very harsh, but there's penalties, legal penalties for cheating. So 20 years ago, no one would have. You know, when it was like Bush versus fucking Gore, when the world was saying, people wouldn't be happy to cheat because you'd be like, it's not really worth it, this. It's just politics. It's got nothing to do with me on a minor level. It's not worth risking legal ramifications. Nobody would probably want to cheat then. I'm sure some weirdos would, like pathological people. But normal people wouldn't want to. But in 2022, there's tens of thousands of Democrat activists and probably even a couple of thousand of Republican ones who are full-on hardcore MAGA, wear the hat every day, fucking polish your guns, live in a fucking basement like Sadwings with a petrol generator, 200,000 rounds of ammunition and a fucking bazooka, right? But basically what I'm saying is in 2022, with tempers as high as they are, tempers as frayed, passions as high as they are, to call them any concerns about election integrity in 2022 unfounded, proves that AP in and of themselves are biased as well. Because the world's gone mad. You can't tell me that they're unfounded. Like I said, there's going to be hardcore Republicans out there who'd be willing to cheat because they'd be like, fucking hell, these commies can't win. And there's tens of thousands of hardcore activists who will cheat if they get the chance to do it. So don't fucking tell me they're unfounded. All right? Rant over. These people, we're not living in sane times. 20 years ago, yeah, unfounded. Now, fuck no. Fuck no. Right, where's the other story I wanted to do?
Here we go again.
Yeah, this one. Here. So, I'm going to talk about this because I'll probably, if I can be bothered, because, you know me, I'm pushed for time, work for a living, I might cut this out and make a video just of its own because I want to spread this on Prop 27, right? And I'm going to quickly read you the ballot, what it says on the ballot I got, so you know what I'm talking about. And then I'm going to tell you why I'm so opposed to it. You guys might think this is minutiae, but I think out of principle, it's one of them things. Out of principle, you should all support, right? So Prop 27, I'll read you the proposition in full because I've got it on this ballot here. State Measure 27, this is in California. Vote yes or no. Allows online and mobile sports wagering outside tribal lands. Because in California, you're only allowed to gamble on the Indian reservations. And it says, amendment and statute allows Indian tribes and affiliated businesses to operate online and mobile sports wagering outside tribal lands. Direct revenues to regulatory costs, homelessness programs, and non-participating tribes. The fiscal impact is increased state revenues, which always sits well with me, i.e. it's not costing us money, it's making us some. Increased state revenues, possibly in the hundreds of millions of dollars, but not likely to exceed 500 million annually. Some revenues would support state regulatory costs. They've got to get their bit. These snake rat government people that just steal your money off you all day long, possibly reaching the mid-tens of millions of dollars annually. So essentially what this measure is, right, is ludicrously, in America, you can't just go on your web browser and put a bet on. There's no, that's what I miss about England, there's no bookies next to pubs. Gambling is illegal, and it was quite a shock to me as an Englishman, because I always assumed America, land of the free. I thought it'd be way less heavily regulated in every way. So I assumed it'd be, you know, you can have a gun, surely you can put a bet on. But it's not like that in California and in most of the United States. You can't gamble. There's no bookies, legal, you know, brick and mortar bookies like you see next to pubs in the UK. So I feel strongly about this, because if I'm a free man and I earn my own money and I want to, on a Saturday, do what I used to love doing in England, go to the pub with my mates on a Saturday morning, have a pint and an English breakfast, read the football coupon, put a few bets on, and then me and all my mates get pissed all day while we watch the football. That's a brilliant thing. It's one of the best ways to spend your Saturday. And then if anyone gets their accumulator up, they buy the drink all night. Mint way to spend the day. And I personally view it as an affront. Now I'm an American in the land of the free in 2022 that you're not allowed to put a bet on. That when you go onto your web browser and try to go to Betfair, it says, you're not allowed, motherfucker. So this is ridiculous. You can't put a bet on in California. And look at this fucking advert here.
Here we go again. Another special interest ballot proposition. It's Prop 27, written and funded by big out-of-state gambling corporations to legalize a massive expansion of online sports gambling. 27 would turn every cell phone and every laptop in California into a gambling device. And Prop 27 would send 90% of...
Love the little kid there. There's like a 6-year-old. I need to beat the spread. I'll tell you what, stick us 400 on fucking red rum at the 340 at Haydock, you cunts. He's 8. he's not gambling. He's talking about
of profits out of state and hurt Indian tribes who rely on revenues from in-person gaming.
Listen, this leads on from my conservative views on working. Giving Indian tribes free money or a monopoly on gambling hurts them more than diversifying the gambling industry, because there is nothing worse for a poor person than to just go, you just sit on your fat ass and I'll just give you money. You need to make these people work. Do some fucking work. These ones who just get money off the tribe. That's why they're getting pissed. The alcoholism statistics from the Native American community in the United States blew my mind when I first seen them. They make Middlesbrough chavs look like Wall Street executives when it comes to boozing and smoking and putting shit up your nose. It's actually unbelievable. And I firmly believe that the reason the Native Americans in the United States are totally being decimated by addiction and alcoholism and just ravaged is because they've got used to welfare, to free money, either off the tribe or off the state or off the federal government. The idea that these guys should have a monopoly on gambling so nobody else can put a bet on it's an affront to freedom-loving people because it's 2022. And if I want to go on my computer and put a bet on, I should be allowed. It's got nothing to do with you, fat Native American fella. It's got nothing to do with you. And second of all, I think it actually harms the Californian Indian tribes. It harms them because they've had it too good for too long with regards to free revenue. They need to be go-getters. They need to say, you know what? I'm not going to sit here drinking whiskey and getting free money off the tribe. I'm just going to, I'm going to go to college and I want to be an engineer. That's what they need to do. I mean, look at the clip of him. Man barely alive there. He needs to be on a building site carrying some bricks for a few weeks. Doing the world a good. Doing the world a good. So don't tell me to vote no on Proposition 27. We're not doing them a favour. We are not doing them a favour.
Please join more than 50 gaming and non-gaming tribes throughout California. Vote no on Prop 27.
Yeah, and it's all the big tribes, because if there's also corollary views from yes tribes who've said these have just got a racket going, the massive tribes who have these huge casinos, and they know if they can stop you all from gambling, you're just going to all go to their little reservations and their big casinos. There's one just up the road from me, Chumash. It's like a massive casino, like being in Vegas, you know what I mean? They control all the gambling. And if you want to gamble everywhere else, you can't because they've made it illegal. So to anybody watching this who's in California, yes, on 27, yes, you're doing the Native Americans a favour. You need to motivate them to go out and get a proper job. Voting no on 27 is the equivalent of giving a homeless man a sausage roll every morning. Yeah, he's just going to live in a tent on your front garden. If every day you leave your house as a homeless bloke, you give him, you know, a Greggs and 12 cans of special brew, he's going to be on your garden for the rest of his life. What you need to do is be firm but fair. You need to be cruel to be kind. And you need to go, I'm not enabling you to sit on your fat ass for the rest of your life. So please vote yes on 27. I want to be able to gamble. Ideally, in 10 years' time, there will be bookmakers next door to pubs, just like in Blighty, because it's one of those rare occasions where in America, I feel as if they've got less rights than they do in the UK. And isn't that a travesty? Land of the free, but you're not allowed to put a bet on. Doesn't even make any sense on the face of it, does it? I can buy a Glock 19 and fucking empty a magazine at someone because they knocked on my front door at 2 o'clock in the morning, but I can't go and put a sports accumulator on unless I drive all the way to the bloody casino. Do me a favour. So, yes, on 27. Yeah, we need to make some more bookies so the tribesmen can put a pair of tights on and go and fucking rob them with a shotgun. At least that'll get them some exercise. Right? So yes on 27. It's good for me. It's good for you. It's good for the Native Americans. God bless America, land of the free. Right? Done. I'll cut that and I'll make it a standalone video. Yeah, very true, that Sad Wings. Very true. Right, so now we can finally do the elections. Christ, I've been going for ages and I haven't even started on them. Here we go. That's not the American national anthem. Right, so to give you all a heads up, the Republicans have already got a big disadvantage because there's only 35 out of 100 seats up for re-election. The 36 that are already nailed on are Democrat. And I think of the 35, only 14 of them lean Republican. So it's already stacked in the Democrats' favour. But as I said in my Red Wave video, I mean, what was that, 6 weeks ago now? I don't believe that normal people, even Democrat voters, are going to come out in droves for the Democrats because, as I've said, I know Sad Wings gets angry when I stick up for the Democrats, but most of them aren't insane. You've got like this 10% that are woke and they're fucking crazy. But that's not all of them. My missus is a Democrat, like the family are Democrats, the normal. And when I sit there and chatting with them and say, why is Joe Biden sniffing kids? You know, why has Ketanji Brown Jackson got nominated for the Supreme Court when she's a plank, when she really is as thick as a fucking Dockers sandwich? They go, yeah. They're not like the woke who reflexively, instantly defend them. They aren't. So I think even dyed-in-the-wool Democrats, lots of them, they'll just sit at home. They'll go, you know what? I can't be arsed voting. They might not be able to bring themselves to vote Republican, but they won't turn out because woke is cancer to normal people. It really is. And as I've said many times, at heart, I am a centre-left liberal person. I'm socially liberal on everything. I don't care about all those fucking things. I don't agree with the Republicans on things like abortion and euthanasia and gambling and boozing. It's like, I've got no time for any of that. But I've gone all the way over the Republican side of things because the left have gone crazy. And I refuse to believe that most Democrats won't sit on their hands as a result of it. I just cannot see the Republicans not winning the House and the Senate. And that's what I said 6 weeks ago, and I'll stand by it. As I said, the only thing that does concern me is naked fucking cheating. And I've already told you in my rant 20 minutes ago as to why that is. To say that it's unfounded when 2022 saw the most polarised, most aggressive, most genuinely hateful political discourse that I've ever seen in my entire life is on the face of it completely ludicrous. It is not unfounded. It is a real concern. They have pathologized these young kids so that they are fucking genuinely convinced that people will die. Like they were saying about Trump when he was running, and they were saying, "Oh my God, I genuinely worry for the safety of the disabled people if Trump wins," when every normal person, Democrat and Republican, knew for a fact that Trump wasn't going to go. Right, I've won the election. Get the mongoloids in the fucking ovens. Everybody knew it wasn't going to happen. That reminds me of a bad joke. What part of a cabbage can't you eat? The fucking wheelchair. All right, bad one. I mean, that's a dad joke if ever I've heard one. But anyway, normal people knew that it was nonsense. Everyone, Republican and Democrat, they knew it was nonsense. So it's the same old shit. Like I said, if I had the time, I'd go and do you a compilation of some of the stuff I've seen on CNN and MSNBC the last few weeks, because it is mad. It is mad. Like I said, I'm not even exaggerating. That's what they've been saying. They will kill people. Oh my God, my son's gay. I'm convinced that he's a dead man walking if the Republicans win the midterms. Oh my God, my daughter's fucking mixed race. I'm convinced Mitch McConnell's gonna fucking string her up. Like, it's that type of rhetoric, and it makes no sense at all. So that's my prediction. But cheating is a concern, and it should be a concern to everybody. American elections are a shambles. True Geordie's been cancelled. I heard about that, right? So I'll quickly address that one because I know Blue Van Man's a mate of his. True Geordie made an off-the-cuff comment about some bloke who said he was a follower. He was a regular at Alan's snack bar. See, I'm wise. I'm not a Geordie. True Geordie is a Geordie. And there's a reason why people in Middlesbrough use the colourful colloquialism sweating like a Geordie in a maths test. Because I know some of you fuckers are Geordies as well. But basically, I'm more wise than True Geordie because I always use colourful euphemisms when referring to the religion of many, many pieces, right? So there's his first fucking mistake straight away. Never drop the M-bomb. Never drop the M-bomb. You're better off with any other M-word. Minge, mongoloid, fucking anything. I can't think of anything more offensive or more dangerous than the M-word, right? So I never say it. I'll say, as you know, the lads who pray in the church with the big golden bell end on top, because that works, doesn't it? That you all know what I'm talking about, but nobody's going to put on the front page of the Sun, Bootneck offends masses with talk of gigantic church golden bell end. It doesn't work. It has to be a nice short word. They can get you when you do that. They go, oh my God, he's offended, M-word. So you have to use colourful euphemisms. I've invented all mine. I like to think they've took off some of them. I live for the day that I open Sky News website and it says the blokes that pray at the Golden Bell End. You've got to use colourful euphemisms. So that's True Geordie's big mistake. But basically, he was arguing with someone about it, and then he made the comment, if he wants to prove that he is a regular at Alan's wonderful snack bar, he has to go and blow himself up. And because of that, he got slammed, right? So all I'll say on that one is, if you think stereotypes are genuinely offensive, you're a plank. And I know I always bang on about logic. It's my personality type. It's wholly illogical. And I'll tell you why, right? Stereotypes are used every day by everybody because it's an easy way to get a cheap chuckle. Nobody takes them seriously. Nobody thinks they're a big deal. If it's okay to stereotype everyone else, why are they a collective group? To say, if you want to prove you're a regular at Alan's snack bar, go and blow yourself up. That is no more offensive than saying all British people have got bad teeth. Oh, if you want to prove you're British, have teeth like a witch doctor's necklace. Yeah. If you want to prove you're American, have an arse like the back end of a bus. If you want to prove you're French, never get in the shower. If you want to prove you're German, shit on your wife's face. They're just stereotypes. Nobody thinks that it means absolutely everyone is that thing. So it's a simple way to make a cheap gag. I mean, that's all you have to. It's not offensive at all, and even children do it all the time, don't they? So there's a stereotype for everything. There's a stereotype for everything, and none of them are any more offensive than the other one. If it's all right to say Scottish people are all tight, or Americans are all fat, or even, dare I say it, 4B2s, you all know what I'm talking about, are all greedy. Nobody thinks absolutely everyone is it. It's just something you say for a cheap joke. If your best mate is from somewhere where there's a stereotype from it, that's what the joke is. If your best mate's from Scotland and you're in the bar and you go, fucking hell, you'll be hiding in the beer garden, won't you? Next, it's your round next. It's like a very, very milquetoast, inoffensive, shit, tepid primary school type joke. Yeah, everyone does it. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, everyone does it all the time. A stereotype is probably the most inoffensive joke. So to me, saying the lads who pray at the Golden Bell End churches occasionally explode when everybody knows 99% of them don't do that. It's just a small minority. It's no more offensive than saying all Northerners are fucking stupid, or all Cockneys are soft, or all jocks are tight, or all French smell of garlic, have a mistress, never get a shower, cowardly, eat snails, wear stripy sweaters. I'll do the French all day. Offensive body odor, fuck anything, shag a hole in a tree, fuck the granddad's armpit. What else? We can do the French all week. So basically, that's ludicrous. It is a storm in a teacup. Now, the reason to become a stereotype, obviously, as DMS 84 rightly says, is because all it has to be is noticeably a slightly higher percentage than everybody else. But what I'm getting at is people still know that it's not everyone. It's merely an observation. It's observational humour that's not even offensive. And I find it staggering that it's even an issue, because the rules have to be consistent. If you want something to be logical, it has to be consistent. John Cleese said this, didn't he? John Cleese said, I think he was on Bill Maher's show or something, and he said, why is it that I can say the Germans all do this, and the French all do this, and the English all do this, and the Mexicans all, and they go, fucking hell. It's offensive to Mexicans to make out like they can't take a joke. It's as easy as that, really, isn't it? It's offensive to Mexicans to make it like they can't take a joke just as well as the Germans and the French and the Scottish can. So it's logically inconsistent. Stereotypes are simple, childish jokes, and they are not offensive at all. And it doesn't matter who it's about. I'll give you, like I said, I've done the 4B2s, I've done the lads who go to Allen Snack Bar. I can do anyone. The stereotype, I either say black people eat a lot of fried chicken. It's a stereotype. Doesn't mean they do, and doesn't mean anybody who says it is actually being serious. Nobody really thinks that, do they? I don't think if you have a friend round your house for dinner and he happens to be black, that you go, oh, yeah, mate, I'll try some of this pasta, and you'll go, fuck off, give me some fried chicken, you cunt. Nobody thinks that. Nobody actually thinks a stereotype means everyone. It's just a bit of fun. It's a childish joke that you make when you're in fucking primary school. So basically, True Geordie, if he's since apologised, that's the other mistake he's made. Because I guarantee 9 out of 10 people that are called the M word won't be bothered either. Just like 9 out of 10 Jewish people won't be bothered if they're in the pub with a mate and they go, oh, you'll be avoiding the next round, you cunt. It's banter. It's a stereotype. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. And that's all she wrote, isn't it? Because you all know people that have stereotypes about them, and when you josh them around about it and you said stereotype, they don't get offended. So why worry about it? The only mistake people make is apologising. If somebody cuts this video and says, fucking hell, look at that, the Bootneck said that all people with a tan eat nothing but fucking the Colonel's finest, you don't apologise. You don't say, oh, yeah, because if you apologise, it's like you think you've done something wrong, and you haven't. It's no more offensive than saying all English people have got bad teeth. It's a stereotype. It's fucking childish. So True Geordie should tell them to suck his Geordie plums, and that'll be the end of it. If he apologises and they smell blood in the water, they will destroy him, because that's what they're like. I still can't believe at this point, this late in the game, nearly in December of 2022, there's people out there that apologise. Because, again, when the world was saying an apology got you forgiveness, but in 2022, it doesn't. If you apologise, they smell blood in the water and they fucking pull you to bits, because they've turned everything up on its head. Original sin is now a thing for the left. Warmongering is warmongering. So is that a word? Warmongering? I don't know. But that's a new thing now. Left. The left are the warmongers. Kill them all, kill them all, kill them all. Love Trump's hate. What the fuck? Out of everything that I've talked about, that is the maddest thing that has ever happened, I think, in the last few years. The far left are now unabashed warmongers. Of all the crazy things that's happened, right? Some crazy things have happened. People saying the best thing to prove you're not racist is to stereotype black people all the fucking time, which is what the woke do. Oh, you're black. Of course you agree with me on everything. What? Yeah, I'm woke. You're black. Therefore, you agree with everything I say. That's the most fucking racist thing you can say. But apparently, that's good, that. That's good, that. And apparently, the far left fucking love war now. The warmongers, they are chomping at the bit for us to bomb the shit out of everybody. That is quite an achievement. If you've got a shadow government secretly pulling the strings, you know, they're all these aggressive chicken hawk Republicans. That's quite an achievement. Turning the far left into the woke warmongers. That's quite an achievement. But yeah, it's bollocks. Geordies, don't apologise. If you talk to Blue Van Man, if you talk to True Geordie, tell him, don't apologise, you silly bastard. It's the worst thing you can do. Tell him it was a quip that a 10-year-old might make. Suck me balls. Yeah, easy. Not that he needs my advice. Anyway, right, I think I'll call it there. I didn't do very much election, did I? Well, I've already given you my predictions, and they haven't started counting yet. I've just told you what I think. I told you what I think 6 weeks ago, but I am concerned about cheating. If you want me to, shout me on Twitter. I'll still be up in 8 hours' time, because it's only going to be 8 o'clock at night here. I suppose I could do a real-time stream while they start coming in. But I don't know if there's the demand for it, because I've only got about 10 Yanks watching me, haven't I? I don't want to just sit me and Sadwings in a room. That'll be a little bit shit, won't it? Although he could show me his gun collection. We'll just start counting his ammunition. Anyway, so let me know. If there's not going on in 8 hours' time, maybe I will. Maybe I will. I don't know if there'll be any point to it. We'll see. I'll check social media's feeds, and if there's any point in doing it, I might do. I don't think I've got anything on tonight anyway. But yeah, that'll do me. I think, barring cheating, the Republicans will win the House and the Senate. I said that 6 weeks ago. I'm fucking convinced. I'm convinced. Because I think the left have completely lost their mind, and I credit the majority of Democrats with far more brains than Sadwins will give them credit for. I think the woke are about 10, 15% of the population. They've all got a head full of cow shit, and they aren't worth a wank. But we'll see. All right? I might come on tonight then. We'll see. I'll probably go and have a look at Salty Cracker then, because I do like him. Right, see you all later. Fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed. But either way, we'll keep chuckling, because fuck it, right? If it all goes tits up, it might even be funnier. It might even be funnier than mad shit will do. But who cares, eh? The Walking Dead already. Well, at least we saw that coming. Right, cheers, guys. See you later on. Take it easy.